Hello everybody. I'm going to sketch a bald eagle and I'm going to do something special with it because we have our 250th birthday of the United States coming up. So I will let you know that I am using the sketchbook sketch paper that I got from Amazon. Fuxi, I think is the brand. And the pencils I'll be using, I also got from there, are the Mark Art Professional Sketch pencils. There are 14 of them, and there are several different sizes. They are bird of prey, which I think puts them somewhere in the raptor family. Okay guys, I'm having some Glenda problems here. I try to look up from the paper every once in a while to make sure battery's on. I've got about 2 bars, so probably better bring the other one in. But it ran out of card. The card got full, so I had to go and take some of that off. And so there might be a little bit missing as far as watching me do the sketch. And hopefully it has the look of the bald eagle. I think its body is probably longer than what I've made, but that's how much sketchbook I have. Yeah. See if I can get this feather done before, or this wing done before I have to go and get. I really wanted to do this as a sketch. Otherwise, I could have used the gel pens. Maybe on another one I would, but I really wanted to show sketching on this. There is a method that can be used. We discussed it the other night, called cross-hatching or hatching, I don't know. Anyway, it's just a whole bunch of lines. And sometimes you can, like cross them if you're trying to, but I'm just trying to use straight lines. And I don't want them real short because I want them to fill in the darker color and the longer image of the feathers. Their wingspans can get up to, oh okay, that's about there. Anyway, I think the wingspan can be up to 8 feet, if not more. They build very large nests they use larger, twigs and branches, and they add to the same nest every year. And so their nests get pretty heavy. They were on the endangered list for many, many years because DDT, a pesticide that got into just about everything. It was very strong, used heavily after World War II. DDT was used mostly because of mosquitoes and things carrying diseases and stuff to people, like typhus and other serious diseases, and farmers used it to get rid of bugs destroying their crops. It was thought to be a good thing at the time, but once they made it illegal, it took quite a while for it to dissipate and be able to get out of problems for wildlife and other things. I believe the bald eagle is probably protected as well. Uh-oh. Went a little far. Got excited. Probably got it on the side of my hand yet. But they were named the national bird in come back here. 1782 by the Second Continental Congress. That's when they were named the national bird. Okay, I may have to go and eat my supper and come back and do some more. You imagine sitting there in that Continental Congress, and I could have found out the other nominees for our national bird, but I didn't go that far. Anyway, but can you imagine sitting there in that Continental Congress and you're trying to determine and argue over what bird was going to represent the nation, what what am I trying to think of? Excuse me. The flag, the colors, and I suppose they had some of those. Of course, we started with 13 colonies, so it was a circle of 13 stars on the blue. Now, if I think of things that the states have named as their states, the national flower is a rose. Yeah, our national flower is a rose. And should I put a rose in his teeth? Might be kind of cool. Considering that I didn't finish off the wings because they're longer, I guess my proportions aren't completely off. I think I could have moved those legs forward a bit, more up in this area. I'd need to move that tail back. He's longer than that anyway. In order to get the impression of how black he is, which that's why I'm not doing the individual feathers. Now on a sculpture, I might make a little better representation. But I've learned one lesson about that, and that's you have to be pretty careful with them because I found out it is not a good idea with clay to make individual feathers and attach them, because they break. They get brittle as potato chips. I was so proud of that one, and then it started, the feathers started breaking. You can imagine these 8-foot span of, 6 to 8 foot span of eagle feathers coming down against the body and curling in. And then they take off and they spread those things out, and it's like, oh my. Kind of the impression I got of the ones down at Branson. And yes, I could make these feathers look more like feathers, but what I want to do is give the impression of his coloring. I think it's got the look maybe of some layered feathers, but it don't have that individual, well, they don't when they're when they're on the bird, they don't really give an individual look that much. I am so sorry. Been sitting here working on this, talking, and didn't even have the darn battery. I had the battery in there, I just didn't turn the thing on. I am about the most... Anyway. Okay. I'm just trying to put just the beginning of the tail feathers. Okay. I don't suppose that matters to a lot of people, but it's bugging me. It's bugging me. Let's just go ahead and do that. For some reason that looks a lot more like a cloud than a rose. Anyway, but clouds don't usually have stems, so. Oh. There is our eagle. We are July 4th. We're celebrating it all year. I mean, talking about it and celebrating it. But in honor of our 250th birthday, this is our 250-year-old eagle. Yeah, the lifespan isn't that long, but but their duration is the symbol of our country is. I don't have room to put a flag, so I'm not going to, so that's why I do a rose. Okie dokie. And there we have, as I said before, there we have it. And I suppose I probably would have had to have trimmed a lot out anyway, so probably still will for length, but anyway, I think he's getting ready to go grab a squirrel or a field mouse or something, or maybe a fish. He might be getting ready to pluck a fish right out. They do like salmon. Okay. I hope you enjoyed our eagle. I'll be probably tearing him out of here at some point. I know one thing they do to set things, especially if charcoal, is to take it outside and spray it with hairspray. You don't want to get it wet. You don't want to do that, but sometimes they do that. But I'm not sure that I want to go that far. I suppose I could. I'm gonna have to figure those out one of these. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope I gave you some little bit of knowledge about why we have why we have a bald eagle, which isn't really bald, you just have white feathers, but why it's our national bird. It was chosen by our Congress on the second Continental Congress. Gee, many Christmas, having trouble here. Yeah, but yeah, and then I don't know how long it took them to decide on all, like, what is the national butterfly? What is our national, well, the flower we know was a rose, but there's just so many things. I think we even have a bug. Anyway, I love all of you, and we will see you again. Let's see, we'll have a short for Sunday and then Monday chat. So we'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Good night.